poor Maid raised a white billionaire's baby. When the child called her mom, they fired her. Years later, she owned the company. Midnight in Johannesburg, the icy wind cut through Sophiatown like a knife, rattling the tin roofs. The rich neighborhoods glowed in the distance, while the slum alleys had only a few flickering streetlights reflecting off the sewage-covered ground. Malambandu stood barefoot on the cold marble floor, clutching her 3-year-old daughter Kiki. She'd just rushed from their tin shack in the slums, her hair still damp from the rain, fingers numb and purple. But she didn't see about that. The baby's cries from the master bedroom tore at her heart. She hurried in and saw little Luca van der Merwe wrapped in white silk, face red, tiny fists flailing, whimpering between sobs. "Shoo my love, Mama's here," Mala whispered, humming an old Zulu lullaby. She gently lifted Luca, patting his back. The baby instantly quieted, nuzzling into her chest, his little fingers clutching her faded cotton shirt. Then, barely audible, he mumbled a mama. That one word, soft as a feather but loud as thunder, hit Mala like a shockwave. Her breath caught, eyes burning. 3 years. Since the day Luca was born, she'd been in this mansion, day and night. Willem van der Merwe and his wife Isabella were one of South Africa's wealthiest mining families, always busy with mines, meetings, galas. Isabella breastfed for 3 days, then handed Luca to Mala. "You take care of him. We'll double your pay," Willem had said, leaving no room for argument. Mala had no choice. She'd fled Zimbabwe a decade ago when inflation and land reforms destroyed her village. Her husband died in a mine collapse. With Kiki, she barely survived in Sophiatown's tin shacks. This job was her only lifeline. So she became Luca's milkmother, feeding, changing, rocking, playing. She used her grandmother's herbs for his rashes, Zulu massages for his colic. She even learned to read English bedtime stories just so he'd hear a soft voice at night. For 3 years, Luca knew only her. He cried for Mama Mala in the dark, screamed when she left. Willem and Isabella. Just faces in photos. But then, the door slammed open. Isabella stood there, blonde hair messy, eyes like ice. Silk robe, wine glass in hand, but her fingers shook. Who told you to let him call you Mama? Her Afrikaans-tinged English dripped venom. You're a nanny. A black nanny. Mala froze. Luca whimpered in her RMS, still gripping her shirt. Madam, he was crying. Her voice trembled as she stepped back. Enough. Isabella stabbed the intercom button. Security. Fire Malambandu. Now. Please, Madam. Mala's knees hit the floor. Luca's fever 39 degrees, just 3 days, till he's better, then I'll get out. Isabella shrieked. Or I'll have you arrested for kidnapping. You think holding him makes you his mother? Kafir. The slur hit like a knife. Mala remembered white farmers calling her father that in Zimbabwe. He'd been a teacher, hung from a tree for 3 days just for teaching kids about freedom. She looked down at Luca, now asleep against her chest. Kissed his forehead. Sorry, my love. Mama has to go. At 3 a.m., Mala stood outside the Van der Merwe gates, clutching Kiki and a tattered suitcase. Freezing wind, -5 degrees Celsius. Kiki shivered in her ARMS, forehead burning. Mommy cold, Kiki mumbled, cheeks flushed. Mala ran to the pharmacy with her last 50 rand. The pharmacist shook his head. Fever meds re 80. Last box. She crouched outside, pressing a wet cloth to Kiki's head. Far away, the mansion's lights still glowed. Behind the curtains, faint cries. Mama. Mama. Mala shut her eyes. Trs fell. She didn't know that as she left, Luca had tugged loose her copper Moto bird pendant, her grandmother's cha rm for protection. It rolled under the rug. Isabella picked it up, tossed it in a drawer. She didn't know Kiki, in her fever dreams, kept whispering, Mommy, you were in a tall house. Glass like stars. All Mala knew, tomorrow, she had to work at the laundromat. Or they'd sta irv. She held her daughter, standing in the cold all night. At dawn, Kiki's fever broke. Mulla wiped her TRS, took Kiki's hand, and walked back to Sophia Town. Behind them, Johannesburg's sunrise gilded the rich rooftops, fake gold. And in the mansion's nursery, Luca woke up, crawled from his crib, and dug through the ca pet ba refoot. He didn't know what he was searching for. Just remembered wa rmth. A song he'd never heard but couldn't forget. Sayahamba, ngap handle kwela bathi. He didn't speak Zulu. But he remembered the melody, like wind, like rain, like a heartbeat. Mornings in Sophia Town always start with the sound of rain drumming. On tin roofs. Malam Bandu crouched under the leak in her home, a shipping container turned tin shack, holding up a scrap of metal to catch the water. Last night's storm had turned the place into a waterfall. Mold spread across the walls like a disease map. Half the bedding was soaked. Kiki curled up in the only dry corner, wrapped in a stained blanket, breathing fast. Mommy, cold. Kiki's eyes fluttered open, her face burning up. Mala touched her daughter's forehead, scorching. Her stomach dropped. Mala Ria again. In Sophia Town, it was as common as breathing, mosquitoes breeding in sewage puddles, kids playing in the mud, fevers turning to seizures, to death. She dug through her suitcase. 2 fever pills left. The label read made in Zimbabwe, expiration date 5 years ago. She almost laughed. These pills were older than Kiki. Hold on one more day. Mommy gets paid tomorrow, new medicine then. She pressed a wet cloth to Kiki's forehead. Sophia Town was Johannesburg's open wound. Thousands of immigrants lived here, Zimbabweans, Mozambicans, Somalis. Locals called them Gumba Gumba, Beg Ars. Police harassed them. Landlords doubled rents. White drivers would toss empty bottles at the shacks, yelling, "Nigger palaces." Mala used to teach elementary school in Zimbabwe. After her husband died, she fled to South Africa with Kiki, thinking they'd survive. Reality black woman, no papers, no skills, only the dirtiest jobs, laundry, scrubbing floors, picking trash. By day, she ironed white men's suits at White Rose Laundry for 8 rand an hour. The Indian owner groped her when she bent over. "Black bitch, stop acting shy. Your husband's dead, no one ca res." She never fought back. Just memorized his license plate. By night, she taught math to neighbor kids in exchange for cornmeal or potatoes. They'd sit outside her shack, scribbling numbers on scrap paper. 1 + 1 = 2, Mala pointed at graffiti on the wall. "Like you and your sister, 2 people. A boy raised his hand. "Teacher, 2 + 2 = 4. So 4 kids, can we trade for a bed?" Mala's throat tightened. She ruffled his hair. "Yes. Keep running, and one day, you'll sleep on soft beds." The children laughed. The sound riled crows off the roof. But laughter never changed reality. On day 3, Kiki's fever spiked. She root delirious, "Mommy." Luca's crying, "Glass stars." Mala ran to the pharmacy with 3 months' wages, 2,300 rand. The pharmacist shook his head. New malaria drugs, 3,500. Just imported. She sprinted to the pawn shop. At the bottom of her suitcase, a copper bracelet, her grandmother's, engraved with the Mbandu clan's eagle. 800 rand, the pawnbroker didn't even look up. 1,000, please fuck off, Kaffir. Wasting my time. Outside, 3 local thugs surrounded her. The leader, a boy with a cigarette, snatched the bracelet. "Teacher, this is mine now. Give it back." Mala lunged, got shoved into the dirt. The bracelet glinted in the boy's hand like her last hope. She chased them to the dump, Sophia Town's Gravia Road, mountains of trash, broken couches, tires, e-waste dumped by Europe and America. Flies buzzed. The stench of rot hung thick. The boys climbed the trash heap, tossing the bracelet, laughing, "Eagle flies." Black teacher chases. Panting, Mala reached the summit and froze. 3 stones circled a baby hyena, its hind leg mangled in wire, bleeding. The boys threw rocks, laughing at its cries. "Stop.
Mala threw herself between them and the animal. Move, ugly nanny. A boy raised a rock. It's a mother's child too. Her scream ripped through the air. Where's its mom? What did it do wrong? The boy froze. The hyena pup trembled in Mala's shadow, whimpering. She stripped off her shirt, wrapped the pup gently, and ride it down the trash mountain. Behind her. The boys stood silent. No more laughter. That night, Mala treated the hyena's wounds with herbs. Kiki, half-conscious, suddenly whispered, "Mommy, it's named. Call it." "Hope," Mala said softly. Word spread. Sophiatown sta route calling her Mama Hyena. Neighbors brought old blankets. Someone slipped her 2 eggs. The hyena became their guardi, growling at strangers. A week later, Kiki's fever broke. She sat watching the hyena limp after butterflies. "Mommy, will it run again?" "Yes." Mala stroked its head. "Scars stay, but new strength grows." Then, footsteps. Dr. Amin, the only free clinic doctor in Sophiatown, Kenyan, white ba ride, kind-eyed. He rode. "You adopted a hyena." He handed her a bottle. Aloe and honey. Better than imported drugs. Mala took it gratefully. "Your daughter's gifted." Dr. Amin pointed at Kiki's drawing on the wall, a skyscraper with a woman on top, shacks below. "She says that's you." Mala shook her head. "I'll never leave these tin shacks. Knowledge is the poor man's goldmine." Dr. Amin held her gaze. "Teaching math, you're digging for diamonds." Rain sta route again. Mala sat under the leak, listening to drops hit tin like 1,000 ear beats. She remembered her father, a Zimbabwean teacher hanged for 3 days for teaching Mandela's speeches. Died coughing blood, gripping her hand. "Mala, education is light. Even in the darkest night, protect it." From her pocket, a crumpled flyer, Sophiatown Night School, free English and accounting. Tuesday/Thursday 7 p.m. Kiki slept against her shoulder, breathing steady. The hyena curled by the door, tail twitching. Mala folded the flyer, tucked it under her pillow. Outside, Johannesburg's rich neighborhoods glittered like the Milky Way. And in a Sophiatown tin shack, a single kerosene lamp burned, casting light on a child's drawing, a woman standing atop a skyscraper, a slum sleeping at her feet. Wind slipped through the cracks, raining rain scent and something else, something almost like hope. Nights in Sophiatown were always filled with kerosene lamps and drunk men's songs. Malambando trudged through the muddy path. Tawa RD, the community center. She just finished her shift at the laundry, fingers red from the iron, shoulders aching like she'd been raining stones. Tucked under her arm was Kiki's drawing, "My mommy," a woman standing on top of a skyscraper, tin shacks beneath her feet. The caption read, "She can fly." The night school was held in an abandoned Wari house, leaky roof, peeling walls. 20 students crammed around wooden tables, all immigrants like her, unemployed teachers from Zimbabwe, tailors from Mozambique, Somali street vendors. They fought to survive by day, fought for dignity by night. Their teacher was Professor Mbeki, an old Zulu sholayar with a cane. He tapped the Chokboe Road tonight, "We lia RN compound interest." "What's compound interest?" a Mozambican woman asked. "Money making money," Becky wrote on the Boa RD, equals P, 1 plus or slash N, caret, and blank sta residential all around. Mala squinted at the symbols like they were witchcraft. She'd only finished prima school. After her husband died, she hadn't touched a book. But when Becky gave an example, if you save 100 rand at 5% interest, in 10 years, you'll have 162.89 rand. That extra 62.89. That's compound interest. Her heart jumped. "Professor, what if I save 10 rand every day?" The class laughed. "Black woman, you think you can save?" a burly Somali man sneered. "You can't even pay rent." "Shut up, Hassan." Dr. Amin snapped. He sponsored the school. "Here, we're all equal." Becky nodded. Mala asks, "Well, the secret of compound interest time. Even small amounts grow." Mala scribbled calculations on scrap paper, 2,400 rand a month, 800 for rent, 600 for food, medicine. Maybe 300 left to save. 300 rand. 5% interest, 10 years. Her pencil shook. Then, the answer hit her, 48,900 rand. The number struck like lightning. Enough for a used phone repair kit, she whispered. From that night, Mala became the hungriest student. She ironed suits by day, memorized English words by night. Kiki did homework in the corner while the hyena dozed by the door. She even reported the laundry boss to the cops, got him arrested for groping. No more dirty hands. A month later, Becky gave a problem. A stock rises from 50 to 75 rand. What's the gain? Students scratched their heads. Mala wrote, 75 to 50/50 equals 50%. Becky's eyes lit up. Mala, you have a gift. This is ROI, return on investment. The room went quiet. Even Hassan, the Somali man, looked down. Mala sta root reading business news. One name kept up a ring, Van der Merwe Group, Willems Company. Namibia lithium mine, profits up 200%. Congo cobalt deal, stock hits 200 rand. Her hands trembled. Those mines should have been Africa's. But the profits all for white men. What if I owned a piece? The thought spread like wildfire. She sta root tracking every rand, income, expenses, savings. She ran the numbers again. 5 Rs 18,000 rand, 10 Rs 48,900 rand, 15 Rs 96,000 rand. Enough, she told herself. Enough for a shop. Kiki found her notebook. Mommy, what are you counting? Our future. Mala stroked her hair. When you grow up, mommy will start a company, Banditech. Tech like phones, yes. Phones for Africans, cheap, strong, unbreakable. Kiki's eyes sparkled. I'll draw the ads. One rainy night, Mala sketched a design on scrap paper. Rubber casing, shockproof. Toughened glass, scratchproof, big battery, solar or ridging, she named it, Lion-ART. Why Lion-ART? Kiki asked. Because lions get hurt but never bow, Mala said. Like us. Then a break. A Somali trader. Ali rushed into the laundry panicking. I lost a 300,000 rand shipment. If I don't find it, I'm finished. Mala remembered GPS tracking from night school. Does your phone have it? Too expensive, Ali groaned. But Mala didn't give up. She used Zulu word-of-mouth tracking, asking Somali traders, Mozambican truckers. 3 days later, she found the shipment in Durban port. Ali hugged her, crying. You're SMA rooter than cops. Let me invest in you. Mala shook her head. No money. Just get me a used phone repair kit, 500 rand. Ali grinned. Deal. But promise, when you succeed, teach other women. That night, Mala ride the repair kit home. Kiki and the hyena danced around her. Inside were circuit boa RDS's batteries, screens. She picked up the soldering iron. Hands shaking. First try, missed the connection. Second try, smoke, spa RKS. Third try, steady hands, success. Under the lamplight, the circuit boa RD glowed like a tiny galaxy. Kiki whispered, Mommy, I dreamt Lion-ART phones reached all of Africa. Every mom could call her children far away. Mala hugged her, TRS dripping onto the boa road outside, Sofia Town's night stayed de RK. But inside that leaking tin shack, under a kerosene lamp, a black woman soldered her future, one connection at a time. The wind slipped through the cracks, rang rain and something else. The faint hum of electricity. The sound of hope, flowing through wires. The flea market in Sofia Town was the heartbeat of Africa's underground economy. By 5 a.m., Malambandu had already set up her stall, a plank balanced on bricks, displaying 5 refurbished phones. Each Lion-ART prototype had a thick rubber case, scratch-proof screen, and a battery swollen like a pregnant belly. Cost, 120 rand, salvaged pa Artias from e-waste dumps, price, 350 rand, profit, 230 rand, unbreakable. Waterproof. Battery lasts a week. She shouted in English and Zulu. First 3 days no buyers. Black woman selling phone scam. A suited office worker sneered. This junk won't last a day. Mala didn't argue. She hurled a phone onto the concrete. Bam. It bounced, screen still glowing, music still playing. Gasps. Then a stampede. I'll take one.
The office worker yanked out his wallet. That day, all 5 phones sold.
Mala counted 850 rand profit, hands shaking.
She sprinted back to the e-waste dump for more corpses to resurrect. The Billionaire secret built for Africa, bulletproof battery, for rolling blackouts, dual SIM slots, cheaper CA wire switching, EAR splitting speaker, for noisy market calls. Within a week, her stall had a line. Then came the miracle save. Somali trader Ali came sprinting. Mullah, my shipment tracker died. 50,000 rand of medicine headed to Zimbabwe.
Mullah cracked open a Lion ART, rigged a GPS module.
Then activated the Zulu wireless network. Truckers, street hawkers, and shepherds relaying messages across borders. 72 hours later, she found the shipment in Pretoria. How?
Ali gaped. Tech plus tradition, Mullah grinned. GPS plus Africa's living map. Ali slapped down 5,000 rand, START a company. I'm investing. Bandit Tech was born.
HQ still her tin shack, but now with a wobbly desk and a second-hand laptop.
Kiki became chief designer, crayon-drawn UI. The hyena.
Head of security, growled at tax inspectors. The real breakthrough came when Mala cracked Africa's biggest pains. Phones shattered too easy. She used recycled tire rubber for 3-meter drop survival. No electricity added. Solar panels, 2 hours sun equals 1 day power. No doctors. Preloaded offline maps with clinic locations. Now this is African tech. Dr. Amin marveled. But trouble followed success.
Gangsters showed up. SCAR face leader kicked her stall. New girl pay 500 rand protection weekly. Mala didn't flinch. My money builds more phones.
Pay or we torch your shack, he spat, smashing a phone on the ground. It survived. Tomorrow, Mala said calmly, I'll give you free Lion ARTS. Next day, she handed 3 phones to the gang.
Unbreakable. Waterproof. Flashlight for night patrols. The leader tested it, threw it off a roof. Still worked. He muttered, your stall. Under our protection now. Word spread. Even cops bought Lion ARTS. Our patrol phones keep breaking. Mala hired only women. A maid who'd never touched a screwdriver. A girl who fled her abusive husband. A teen who dropped out to feed siblings here. She told them, you're engineers. One Zimbabwean trainee sobbed, my husband said women just birth babies. Now I birth phones.
Mala hugged her, your hands change destinies now. Then, the storm that lit up Africa. A blackout hit Sophiatown for 3 days. Lion ARTS became lifelines, charging neighbors' phones, powering emergency lights. News crews arrived, black woman Sola. Our phones save slum.
On camera, drenched in rain, Mala held up a Lion ART. This isn't magic.
It's what tech should do, serve the poor.
The video went viral. The African Union invited her to Nairobi for an innovation summit. You're going.
Ali cheered. But the flight cost 2,000 rand, enough for 20 phones worth of PA RTS.
Kiki emptied her piggy bank. Take my savings, mommy.
TARS rolled as Mala hugged her. At the summit, facing presidents and CS, her accented English cut through. Africa has 800 million phone users. But 90% of devices are redesigned for rich foreigners. Do they know our dust storms? Our power cuts our mothers walking miles to clinics. She raised a Lion ART. This phone isn't pretty. But it lives, like us.
Against all odds. Standing ovation. She won the AU Innovation Prize. Back
home, prize money bought her first SMT machine. 10x faster production. Bandit Tech hit 5,000 monthly sales across 3 countries. Then, the letter. Van der Merwe Group legal department. Lion ART infringes our durable communication device patent, ZA2011088877.
Cease sales immediately.
Pay 5 million rand damages.
Mullah's hands trembled. The real battle had begun. Outside, Sophiatown's night stayed RK. But inside the tin shack, a Lion ART glowed, displaying Kiki's sketch for version 3.0, built-in AI, understands 100 African dialects.
Wind whistled through the cracks, ca rhyme rain.
And something else, the crackle of hope surging through wires. Rain hammered against the windows of St. George's College as 12-year-old Luca van der Merwe jolted awake from the night of Mairie. He clutched his silk sheets, he RT pounding. In the dream, a black woman stood in the snow holding a little girl, turning to leave. Then that glance over her shoulder. Eyes warm and sad as moonlight on water. Mama, the word slipped out with his trs. 3 years since that snowy night when Mala was thrown out. She was just a servant, Mother Isabella had said. Not fit to be called mother. Father Willem's threat hissed sharper, mention her again, no more allowance. But Luca couldn't forget that he remembered Mala's hands rough but warm, changing his diapers, feeding him, singing Zulu lullabies. The herbal paste she rubbed on his eczema. The night she stayed awake, pressing CL cloths to his feverish forehead. She was my real mother, he whispered to the empty room. Next morning, Luca sneaked into Father's study. The file cabinet was locked, but he knew the code, Mother's birthday. Inside, a faded photo slid out, Mala holding baby Luca, both grinning, tin shacks of Sophiatown behind them. On the back, 2008. Mala and Luca. Sophiatown. His hands shook as he copied the address, Tin Shack number 17, Sophiatown. With pocket money, he bought an envelope and stamp. His letter read, *DEAR Mala, I'm Luca. I don't know if you'll get this, but, thank you for my first milk, for raising me. I miss you every day. Are you okay? Is Kiki your son forever? Luca *. He mailed it like releasing a paper crane. Mother intercepted it. You dare write to that kaffir. She shredded the letter at dinner, paper snowflakes falling. She's not a kaffir. She's my slap. Isabella's ring cut his cheek. You're a Van der Merwe. Act like it. Luca ran. Rain soaked him as he collapsed at Sophiatown's edge, sta ring at the rusted ocean of shacks. Mala, where are you? Meanwhile in Nairobi, spotlights hit Malam Bandu on the African Union stage, accepting the Tech for Women Awa Road. In her faded cotton dress and cloth-tied hair, she stood regal. This Awa RD belongs to every Sophiatown mother, her voice CA ride. Using phones to tell bedtime stories during blackouts, calling doctors in storms, shouting to the world, we survive. Applause erupted. A reporter asked, your secret to success? Mala touched the copper Mwato bird pendant at her collar, the one baby Luca had tugged loose years ago. When the world says you're nothing, she said softly, remember you were once a child's whole world. Back in his dorm, Luca flicked on TV. The screen froze on Mala's face. Mama. He scrambled to his laptop, googling Banda Tech Mala. Headlines exploded. Zim refugee powers slums with solar phones. Lion ART sales boom, African tech rises. There she stood before a tin shack in photos, holding a phone, smiling like sunrise. He printed her picture, taped it above his bed. Every night now, good night, Mama. Then he dug deeper, found Father's emails from Willem van der Merwe to legal team subject, crush Manda Tech, a black laundress challenging us. She'll wake the poor. Bankrupt her. Any cost. Luca's stomach twisted. Your empire is built on broken backs. He drafted an exposé for journalists. Isabella burst in. Still obsessed. You're off to Swiss Boa writing school tomorrow. No. They grappled for the laptop, crash, screen shattered. Luca ran. Nightbus to Sophiatown cost 3 hours allowance. Where to, boy? The driver eyed his uniform. Tin shack number 17. Dangerous for a white kid. Please. I need to find someone. The driver sighed at his red-rimmed eyes. Get in. Sophiatown. Midnight. Mala had just fixed the new SMT machine. Lion ART 3.0 prototypes now understood 100 African dialects. Exhausted, she watched Kiki play with the hyena under moonlight. Then a white boy ape read at the alley's mouth. Soaked, mud SMEA red blazer, hair like trampled wheat. Eyes of a lost fawn. The hyena growled as he shuffled closer, pulling out a crumpled photo of Mala and baby Luca. 2008. Ariu. Mala, his voice cracked. Luca. Mala froze. 15 years. The baby who'd wailed mama in snow now stood before her, trembling. She reached out, fingertips brushing his wet cheek. Mama, Luca collapsed to his knees. I found you. Above them, the tin shack's light flickered on a single star, burning in Africa's night. Rain hammered on the tin roof all night. Luca tossed on the old blanket Mala gave him, dreaming of her walking away in snow, Isabella's screams piercing the dark. He woke drenched in sweat. Shoo, child. Mala handed him RM porridge. Eat. His hands shook holding the bowl. Mama, why did they make you leave? Mala paused. Fia R. Of what Fia R that a black woman could be called mother? Luca's TRS dripped into the porridge. Kiki squeezed his hand. Don't cry. We're family now. The hyena growled at the alley's mouth. Dawn. Van der Merwe estate. Isabella smashed vases. Find him. That Kaffir which stole my son. Willem cold called the police, issue an Amber Alert, philanthropist's son kidnapped by slum criminals. Armored vehicles rolled into Sophiatown. Cops kicked down doors. Line up. IDs now. Mala shoved Luca and Kiki into her hidden wall compartment built for gang raids. Don't breathe, she whispered as flashlight beams slithered through cracks. The hyena's growls vibrated against Kiki's chest. 1 hour later, silence. Then Dr. Amin called, turn on the news. Willem's face filled the screen, my son was abducted by a former maid, fired for theft. Cut to Isabella's perfect mask. ARATRS, please, give me back my baby. Mala scoffed. Luca trembled. Father, called you a thief, they need lies, Mala said calmly, to bury truth. 2 days later. High Court. Mala stood alone against Van der Merwe's legal army. Lead attorney John Kruger, South Africa's corporate executioner, smirked. Your Honor, Lion-ART infringes our patent rugged casing, Sola Archa ridging, offline maps. He stacked binders of evidence. The judge sighed. Defense Mala rose with just a tattered notebook. Your Honor, she began in Zulu, then English. Lion-ART was born from African reality, blackouts, storms, dirt roads. My rugged casing, recycled tires. Sola Archa ridging, Sophiatown sunburns. Offline maps. For mothers finding clinics. She flipped pages. My 2011 sketches predate their patent. Kruger laughed. A maid who draws circuits, stolen designs. Mala showed laundry pay stubs, e-waste receipts, night school records. Every screw I turned. Every wire I soldered. Let the court hear my daughter's testimony. Kruger sneered. This isn't slum storytelling hour. The judge rubbed his temples. Final evidence. Mala hesitated. Yes. But I need time. Recess. 3 days. Sophiatown. Tin shack. Mala slumped, palms slick. She knew the system favored men like Willem. Mom, will we lose? Kiki asked. No. Mala hugged her. But truth must fight her writer. Luca stepped four-way road. Mama. I can help. I hack father's systems. His eyes burned. He's the real thief, stole cobalt tech from Congo last year. I have proof. Mala sta read, this wasn't the crying infant she'd rocked anymore. It's dangerous, he called you a thief. Luca's voice cracked. Justice isn't illegal. Mala exhaled. VCA refill. Courtroom. Day 3. Kruger adjusted his tie. No defense judgment for plaintiff, 5 million rand damages, permanent injunction. The gavel rose. Bang. The doors flew open. Luca sprinted in, tablet in hand, pale but steady. Wait. Evidence. Gasps filled the room. Name the judge demanded. Luca Van der Merwe. Isabella shrieked. Grab him. Cops lunged, too late. Luca's tablet screen splashed across the courtroom projector. From Willem Van der Merwe to legal team subject, crush Manditech, a black laundress challenging us, she'll inspire the poor. Bankrupt her. Any means. Dead silence. Kruger turned purple. Fabrications. The boy's brainwashed. More. Luca swiped blueprints, bank transfers. Father stole Congolese engineer Mbemba's cobalt tech. Here's the original design. The judge's jaw dropped. Defendant, you knew Mala stood. I knew they wanted me broken. But truth shouldn't be weaponized, it should heal. She looked at Luca, TRS falling. Thank you, my child. You prove light still reaches the Dirkesnites. The gallery erupted. Sophiatown women chanted, Mama Mala. Mama Mala. The judge slammed his gavel. Case dismissed. Van der Merwe Group guilty of malicious litigation. Krugel collapsed. Willem Roa read outside, traitor. You're dead to me. Luca ran to Mala, dropping to his knees, burying his face in her lap. Mama. I'm home. She stroked his hair like she used to back when he fit in her RMS. Outside, the storm clouds broke. Sunlight pierced the tin shack, glinting off a Lion ART phone screen, connection STARTS here. News of the court victory spread through Sophiatown like wildfire. Outside Banditex scorched Wari House, neighbors cheered. A Zimbabwean seamstress brought cornmeal. A Mozambican trucker offered wildflowers. Somali traders chanted, Mama Mala. Africa's pride. Kiki sat on Luca's shoulders, waving a Lion ART phone, Mommy won. Mommy won. Mala stood in the sunlight, her faded cotton dress glowing. She raised a hand, the crowd hushed. This victory isn't mine, her voice cut through the noise. It belongs to everyone who kept believing in light, when the world was dark. She pointed at the tin shacks, you bought the first Lion ARTS you Shah Red Sola or Cha Ridgers during blackouts. You hid me and Luca when police came. Dr. Ramin nodded in the crowd. But as cheers rose, a black SUV slithered into the alley, tinted windows, a suspicious package strapped to its roof. No one noticed. Midnight. Sophiatown. Mala tested Lion ART 3.0's AI system. It now understood 100 African dialects. Mothers could ask in Zulu, Swahili, Hausa, NEA Rest Clinic. Baby has fever. The screen flashed, Mwado bird guides you. Mwado, Zimbabwe's mythical Bwar bird. Exhausted, she locked up. Moonlight painted the shack's silver. Then boom. An explosion tore through the night. Mala whirled, her Wari house was engulfed. Flames licked the sky, devouring SMT machines, phone pa RTS, dreams.no. She ran four-way RD Keach shoved her back. Mommy. The Wari house. Kiki and Luca burst outside. Stay back. Mala screamed. Call fire, but Sophiatown's firetruck was rusted, hoses leaky. By the time sirens wailed, the inferno raged. Then Kiki saw it, her CA Boe Road Lion AR prototype inside. The one she'd built with future belongs to girls scrawled on it. My model. She dashed into the flames. Kiki. No. Mala's HRT stopped. Too late. A burning beam crashed. Kiki threw herself over the model, smoke swallowed her. Kiki. Mala plunged in, dragging her out. Outside, neighbors hurled buckets of water. Dr. Amin checked Kiki, smoke inhalation. Brain damage risk if untreated. Mala clutched her unconscious daughter to the ambulance, please. Save her. Johannesburg General. ICU waiting room. Mala sat numb, hands black with soot and blood. Kiki was on a ventilator. Doctor said, 48 hours. If she doesn't wake, she couldn't BEAR the rest. Luca squeezed her hand, Mama, she'll wake up, right? Mala shook, TRS falling. 15 hours ago, she'd pressed wet cloths to baby Kiki's fevered forehead outside a pharmacy. Now history repeated, but this time, it was her child fighting for breath. Dr. Amin approached. Our son confirmed. UNMA Arcade SUV with gas cans. Professional job, mercenary rise. Van der Merwe, Mala hissed. No proof. But they wanted you erased. Mala sta read at her hands, these hands had held Luca, ironed white men's suits, soldered circuits. Now they couldn't even save her own blood. Rage burned hotter than the fire. I'll sue Willem. I'll Mala, Dr. Amin gripped her shoulders, the law needs evidence. Kiki needs you sane. They burned everything. She broke. My factory. My dreams. Kiki's model. Models here, Luca whispered. He pulled out the Cha-Red Ca Boe Road prototype, edges burnt, but future belongs to girls still visible. Mala touched it like it was Kiki's face. Then ICU doors opened. A nurse said, she's awake. One visitor only. Mala ran. Kiki lay pale, tubes in her nose. She blinked up at Mala, lips twitching. Mommy, her voice was a whisper. Model, saved. Mala placed it by her hand. Yes. Brave like you. Kiki managed to smile. Mommy, don't hate, love's the magic. What I dreamed, you in a tall building, not revenge, teaching all mommies to find light. She passed out. Mala stood frozen. Kiki's words struck like lightning. Hate was a heavy chain. Love wings. 3 days later. Press conference. Global media crammed into Sophiatown, expecting fury. Mala stood before the Wari House ruins, calm. 3 days ago, someone tried to burn my future, and almost took my child. Gasps. I know who. She read into cameras. But today isn't about revenge. Silence. Banda Tech announces the African Single Mothers Tech Program. Asterisk. The screen lit up a free phone repair training for 500 Sophiatown women. Kiki Scholarship Fund for girls in STEM. Open source Linear patents for African STA real victory. Mala said. Isn't crushing enemies. It's helping more mothers light their children's way. A reporter yelled, don't you hate them? Mala looked past the cameras. Soft hate burns the soul, like that fire. Kiki taught me love is the light that never dies. Dr. Amin clapped, weeping. Sophiatown women rose, singing a Zulu lullaby. Sayahamba, Ngap handle Kwelabathi, we walk, beyond the world's light, when Ca ride the Senavash, and somewhere, the first green shoot pushing through. In the ICU, Kiki's fingers twitched, reaching for that stubborn, unkillable light. The wings of Motto. Johannesburg's rainy season ended, sunlight hitting the glass walls of Pan-African Future Group's new HQ, a converted mine site now shaped like the Motto bird in flight. Malam Bandu stood at the top floor window facing Sophiatown. 15 years ago, she'd Ca right feverish Kiki through snow, Sta ring at these skyscrapers like distant stars. Now she stood inside one, sea of Africa's fastest growing tech mining conglomerate. Boa Road members, she turned from the view, today ma RKS our true beginning. 3 months after acquiring Van der Merwe Group, her first moves shocked the continent, Congo cobalt mines, no more child labor. Sola are powered now. 30% profits fund local schools. Namibian lithium pits, transformed into Africa's La Regis Sola RFAR empowering 100,000 homes, including Sophiatown. Leadership, half exec roles reserved for African women, especially single moms. Not shy righty, she told critics. Justice. These resources always belong to us. Isabella fled to Switzerland. Willem died peacefully after signing his apology. His last letter to Luca. Son, real blood isn't a surname, it's the love that leaves ma RKS. Mala is your only mother now. Luca burned the letter at Willem's grave, then joined Pan-African Futurito lead social innovation. Shari Holder meeting the hall packed with investors gasped when Luca took the podium, golden. Hair cropped, cotton shirt wrinkled, eyes clear. 15 years ago, I called a black woman mama and got disowned. Today he locked eyes with Mala. Mama Mala, you're not just my mother, you're Africa's mother. The room erupted. Sophiatown women stood singing a Zulu lullaby. Mala walked to Willem's old seat, picking up the copper Motto pendant Luca had placed there. We don't memorialize the past today, she said softly. We birth the future. Her announcement stunned Bandu Van der Merwe Foundation, free healthcare for mixed-race babies family mansion African Women's Tech College, Kiki is Dean Lion ART streetlights, Sola are powered, lighting every Sophiatown alley. Mala found Kiki and Luca teaching 2 biracial girls a lullaby, their giggles Ca ride by the wind. Beyond them, Sophiatown's tin shacks still stood, but now with Sola are roofs and Lion ART branded street lamps. She clutched the pendant, whispering. To the sky Papa, you said education is light. Today, it reached the Deercast corners.
The shadow of the Mwato bird stretched across the city as the sun dipped low, wings embracing all.